It was just a grind. We really couldn't get no defensive rebounds. They got a couple offensive rebounds that we should have got. But overall, it was just a grind in the last couple minutes.
It seems like their offense, they pretty much pass it around to the last 5 seconds of the shot clock. How frustrating was that?
I mean, we was prepared for it. We watched a lot of film on them. We knew they was going to hold the ball and then try to spread us out and drive late in the shot clock.
What was you guys seem to struggle offensively at times. What would you say was the reason for that?
No reason. We just was missing shots. Missed shots, grinded out on defense. It happened before.
Any more questions for your team? All right, thanks. Everybody ready? Floor is open for questions for Chris Copeland.
Chris, do you feel like you had a mismatch on them every time you were down the block?
Yeah, but that's what any of our bigs. They were much smaller than us, so I felt like any one of our bigs could have did what I've done tonight. It was plenty of mismatches on the floor.
You guys struggled the last 10 minutes of the first half. What do you think the reason for that was offensively?
We just had to find our touch, and we had to play harder, play with more of an edge down the stretch. I guess that's why the game was so close, because we didn't play with the edge like we should have.
Coach say to you guys at halftime?
Just basically play with a better edge. We knew coming into this game it was going to be a dogfight, so we just had to come out second half and play better and play harder.
There's a play where Ha had the big block, and then it ended up with you getting the putback dunk last minute of the game. How big was that? When you guys, I know Ha's not scoring a whole lot, but he's getting those blocks, and really he made some pretty good plays for you guys tonight.
Ha's block was huge because one, it was a defensive stop, and in the huddle, we were kind of talking about, amongst ourselves, let's get turkeys, which are 3 stops in a row. So when Ha got that block, which led in transition to my dunk, Ha's block was big.
Any more questions for Chris?
Was that a turkey?
Huh?
Was that a turkey?
Yeah.
Obviously, at the end of the day, we want to make sure we win games and that kind of thing, but I tend to look at these things big picture. We need to improve, and I feel like we have been improving. The last couple of practices I thought were very, very good. It didn't carry over as much to the game tonight, but big picture, I think it was great for us to be in a situation like this to learn from late game situations. We did make some plays, all of which we can draw upon in the future. Jacksonville State really did a nice job executing their game plan. We didn't adjust quick enough throughout the game. Our pressure was not impactful with the game at all. They were able to basically use the shot clock, limit the number of possessions in the game, keep it close, keep it fairly ugly, and their game plan was executed very well. Offensively, I thought we were, especially in the first half, very, very inefficient, taking poor shots, making bad decisions, and not converting offensively. Defensively, for the most part, throughout the game, we were, other than the fact that our pressure was not a factor in the game, I thought there was pretty good effort on the defensive end. Their offensive rebounding was impactful in the game. Some of their long shots equaled long rebounds, and we weren't able to chase those down. Bottom line is we did get a win, and we can get back to work and improve.
What did you guys do to get that win at the end? Do you think what was the biggest difference last minute?
A is we got the ball to Chris Coakley, and he was able to produce in the paint again. We had a variety of guys make winning type plays. A block shot here, a defensive rebound there, layups inside, a couple free throws that we made. So that's the part I like, is it wasn't a perfect game, wasn't a pretty game, but when it was time to make the plays, we made some winning type plays.
So this is 3 or 4 games now where it's one possession game in the final minute. How valuable would that be once y'all get into conference, now that you've been tested late in January? Yeah,
we've been, the core of this group was here last year, and we were tested in so many games. We've been in the situation a lot, so I'm hoping we're drawn on those opportunities and learning from them. We're going to need to moving forward as well. I'm hoping we play great every game and win by 100. but it's also not realistic. And there's going to be games like this moving forward. And again, this is the kind of thing where you can draw on the experiences, and the guys learn to trust each other more and more, especially late game situations, and that can be a positive for us.
What impact do you think Ha made in the second half defensively?
He again, another step forward. He's not playing to his full capabilities, but he is playing harder every day, I do feel. And then defensively with the shot blocking ability, 4 blocks, got some rebounds, made a couple baskets late, free throw line and another basket. So he's doing things that are trending upwards right now. But again, we need all of our players to play as close to their potential as we possibly can for our team to be good.
How tough is it to defend teams that hold the ball as long as they did, shooting it with 5, 6, or even less time on the clock?
It is hard when the game turns into what it turned into today, a very close game. And I told Coach, I said, they executed their game plan better than we executed our game plan. And so they did a fantastic job with that. We need to be able to take them out of some of those things. And it is a little bit of a catch-22 because the more we try and pressure them, it feeds into their ability to just put it and turn it into a one-on-one type game. And so finding a good balance for us would be good. And let's be honest, if the ball goes in the basket a few more times for us, the whole scope of the game changes as well.
Do you think the efficiency on offense will come as you play more games?
I do. I believe wholeheartedly it's going to come. The guys are getting more and more confident with what we're doing. I know it didn't look like it tonight, but in practice, I mean, there's times when we're really good. And so we need to figure out how to carry that over to the games. And I think there's a few things that I can do from the coaching side of it, but at the end of the day, they're going to have to make those plays. But, again, if we can get a better carryover from practice to games, I do think we're going to be a good offensive team.
Obviously, Chris's points are a big part of your bench scoring, but how nice is it to have that type of production off the bench in every game so far?
Yeah, and I think that's going to be look, I don't know who's going to start every game or who's on the bench. I really look at it right now as I think we have 10 guys that are playing in the games, and there's going to be different guys producing every night. I truly don't look at the guys as bench guys or starters, but the fact of the matter is we have 10 guys that are able to produce. And if we get all the individuals playing closer to the potential, it becomes a pretty scary offensive team.
Chris mentioned something about trying to get 3 stops in a row, calling it a turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just breaking the game down into kind of mini battles, or is there something that you see with 3 defensive stops in a row?
No, it is something we talk about in the first. I don't have a second half yet. In the first half, we got 4 turkeys, so we got 4 different times. We got 3 stops in a row, and it's something we talk about as a team in practice, and we try and carry over to the games. When we can get 3 stops in a row, I mean, that's when you start to get mini runs and make things happen. So it's not just one stop. It's not just one stop. But I'm good he's quoting that and saying that because it is something we talk about in practices. And the problem wasn't as much the defensive end and getting the turkeys. I think it was more the offensive efficiency. But, yeah.
On the efficiency, is it just is it a tempo thing that you want them to be faster in what they're doing, or is it just kind of knowing where to be?
And when I watched the tape tonight, my guess is going to be a lot of things. In terms of first play of the game, we run a play, and Hakeem forgot to play, and didn't set the screen. We're trying to get the ball into Tosin. So, I mean, that's easily correctable. Some of it is setting screens and hitting people on the screens and being physical with it. Some of it is moving the ball faster. In practice, I started counting every time somebody caught the basketball and how long it took for them to make a play. I don't care if they shoot it, drive it, move the basketball, just try to make the right play, but make it faster. And so we're a little bit slow holding the basketball. I think once that tempo picks up, it's good. And the answer right now is it is a lot of different things. But it's also the kind of thing, once we get a few good possessions, get the ball moving side to side, I do think it's a little bit of a snowball effect where everybody will feel more confident and comfortable.
Any more questions for Coach? Great. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.